I want to switch gears on you real quick.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned Guatemala.
Yes,
right?
sir.
A lot of people
My passion.
have not been to Guatemala. Like if somebody says, I'm going to go somewhere on a vacation, they're thinking Tahiti and Bali and Mexico and all this cool stuff. Tell me about what you did in Guatemala with the Chalet Maldonado. This is very interesting.
Yes. So like I said at the beginning, is I went over to Guatemala and I ended up taking over the property. It was literally 2 acres of land through coffee fields, like out of a Narcos movie. I'm working
just dead land, just
dead land,
jungle,
2 acres
stuff.
of trees. There was no views at the time. There was nothing. And it was a shell of a house that had been built over about 15, 20 years with broken glass.
Oh, wow.
And really undeveloped, all inclined volcanic land. There was no retaining walls. All those retaining walls were built. We had to fill it in with volcanic rock. You have to level it out with dirt and bring organic in. Then you got to hand plant the grass. It was a whole process. So there's no fertile dirt in that area. So all the dirt had to be brought in. It's all volcanic land. So it was a huge process. And we used all the volcanic land to build the beds on the property. Then we filled the beds with, again, fertile dirt and organic. Over 6 years, everything was handcrafted for Mayan tradesmen. I worked with Mayan tradesmen, carpenter, metal workers, stone craftsmen. So with the volcanic rock, that's hand chiseled. That came out of the earth. They hand chiseled into block pieces.
Wow.
And the house is built of that. Everything on the property is built of volcanic rock or handcrafted carpentry. So each piece in the house was a design I picked out, and I worked with the carpenter hands-on. It's either a mahogany, cedar, birch, all high-end woods. All the fountains on the exterior, 3 to 6 months each one. Again, with rebar, bringing all the materials in. We're in the middle of nowhere, bringing materials in,
I love it.
From the city. And this is 2010, 2011. The technology wasn't there yet. So it was really, I was driving around. I got a car. I'm driving around Guatemala. It was an adventure, and getting the corporations and the accountants and the lawyers and
the legal
everything.
stuff too, not just the physical. Not just the physical work, you're doing all the legal paperwork.
Going
stuff
to
too.
the local municipality, filing the paperwork, talking. These are Mayan, small cities, and
like native people.
Yeah,
basically.
native Mayan. So they speak Cachiquel, Sutail, 22 Mayan dialects throughout Guatemala.
Wow.
So that's their first language. Their second language is Spanish. My first language is English. Second language is Spanish. So it was when I started working with them. They became my buddies, and we played soccer, and anywhere across the world, they're friends to this day. I was just back there, and it was great seeing everybody. So.
And now this is what? Now it's
now it's on Airbnb.
It's on Airbnb.
Yeah,
and people can go stay there on this. I've seen the pictures. Amazing view of this beautiful lake.
And you have DirecTV and Wi-Fi. So
in the middle of nowhere.
So that was the whole thing when I developed it. It was to
take the kids. They need the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they need the Wi-Fi.
The lake.
They need the direct. You got to watch the Lions game. You got to watch the Wings. And you can look at a volcano. And it's the coolest thing ever.
Awesome.
And the lake is just again. When I did it, it was pre everything. So now there's no more land. Everybody's developing now. Now all the materials are close. They're down the street. So now all the neighbors are throwing up these mega houses.
How big is yours?
It's 2,400 meters square, which is or 240 meters square. Sorry. Which is 2,500 square feet.
I mean, that's a good size house.
Yes, and it's, again, volcanic rock. And then the land, though, is 2 acres. So we have fountain area. We have fruit garden, vegetable garden.
Wow.
We have a boxing area. I do boxing, Muay Thai.
Nice.
And then we also have a private transformer, a guardiania. The water comes from the lake to a deposit that goes to the house through a purification system.
Unreal.
We have, again, a beach area. I brought in 20 meters of beach sand from the Pacific Ocean. So we have a beach where we have a fire pit and an exterior shower. And then we built another platform that's going to have a pool, jacuzzi, gym.
Nice.
And that's the final. That's the end game there. And I ran electrical to the lake. So you're literally watching Mayan fishermen, and you could be, jamming out to whatever, connected to the internet, charging your phone.
I'm getting down there one of these days.
Yeah. So, everybody check out Airbnb. It's $600 a night during the high season, $450 during the low season. And
amazing pictures. I wish I could be there, but just the pictures alone have blown like, wow, man, that is
thanks, man.
It's impressive. So
it's a passion for sure.
Well, cool, man. I appreciate you coming down here. This is